Hello students. Uh, now in this video we will discuss your fourth chapter, animating presentation. You know very well about the animation, and you are very familiar to the PowerPoint. So here we will discuss how the how the presentation is animated, and here the objective of this chapter is, here we will discuss about the animation using slide transition, adding animation effects, inserting sound clip, inserting your own sound, inserting video clips, inserting action buttons, and printing presentation. These are the topics which will be covered here. So let us start. First of all, we will see what has been given in a book. Here, animating slides involves adding movement and sometimes sound to text or to the slides in presentation. Animation can help create a livelier and more entertaining slideshow. PowerPoint provides some preset animation that allow you to customize the animation to fit your needs. So first of all, we will have to understand what is animation. Animation means moving picture. It means when some movement is added in any graphics, any text or any object in the slide. So this is known as animation. And so here one thing which has been written, that what do you mean by animating the slides. And here if someone asks what do you mean by animating the slides, you can give this definition. Animating the slides involves adding movement and sometimes sounds to text or any objects to the slide in a presentation, right? So this is the animation of, this is the meaning of animating a slide. Now next thing, here animation using slide transition. First of all, you should know then what is slide transition. When one side comes and exits and another slide comes to the stage, this event is known as transition, right? Slide transition means entry of one slide and exit of another slide, right? Let us see what has been written here. Slide transition involves animation that occurs when one slide moves to another slide during the slideshow, right? It means our presentation is made up of many slides, and one by one each slides comes to the main screen, and when this is run automatically, this is known as slideshow. And when the effects which are shown when the slides moves one by one, then this is known as slide transition, right? Now let us see. Slide transition is applied to a slide that creates an animation occurs when one slide moves to another slide during the slideshow, right? Now let us see. Adding transition effect to a slide. It means when slide transition takes place, what type of the effect should be there. We can add these effects. To do this, we can follow the steps to add the effects. From the left hand slides panel, select the slides to which you want to add the transition. It means in a presentation at the left side there are slides, and at the main stage the selected slide is there. That is why we will first select that slide on which we want to insert the effect, right? So here the first thing is to select that slide. Now second one, click on the transition tab and click on the transition effect from the transition to this slide group, right? It means when we click on the transitions tab, here from the transition to this slide, this is a group name, and here in this group transition effect is selected. Then what will happen? To reset the slide, transition speed, to add sound to transition, change the value on sound or duration present in the timing group. Here this is the timing group of transition tab. Here we can see that here sound is there, duration is there, apply to all option is there, right? Move mouse click after. Okay, so what are these? When we want to add some sound during the transition, then we can select here. We will click on this point and a list of the sound will appear, and we can select any sound which is suited to our transition, right? Now here another thing, duration. It means what duration should be there between the transition of two slides. It means what is the time, what should be the time gap between the transition. So here now if we select any transition to one slide and we want that these selections should be applied to all the slides in the presentation, we can click here apply to all. Then all that effects which you have chosen on a single slide will be applied to the all the slide, right? Now next here there are many things, advanced slides here. If you want to start slideshow or effect manually by clicking, so then you will have to choose this option on mouse click, right? And if you want to automate it giving some duration, then you can right here specify the duration if you want to transition to occur automatically after the specified time interval. You can write here the time, or you can fill here by this increasing or decreasing button, right? Now fourth option is select the checkbox on mouse click if you want to transition of the one slide into the next slide upon click on the mouse button, or select the after checkbox and specify the duration of the advancement to the next slide. This we have already discussed. In case you want all the slide transitions should be having the same effect, click on the apply to all. We have already discussed of the transition to this slide group. Okay, now next thing is adding the animation effect. Here we have four things in effects. First the entry, second the emphasis, third the exit, and transition path, right? So these are the basic things that we can make effective. So let us see. You can also decide how text, clip art, shapes and pictures performed by the using animation You can add various effects, set speech direction on the different object of a slide to get hold on the audience interest. It means we can use text clip, art, shapes and pictures, and we can apply many effects on them according to the our audience interest. Now, what are the four categories of animation effect that you can choose? I have already told you there are four events: entry, emphasis, exit, and path. So here in these things we can only create the effects that you can choose, effect that you can choose from the PowerPoint 2013. They are entrance. Here we can say that these are the four four things on during weekend for which we can apply the effects, right? Entrance, it controls the way how an object enters the slide. For example, in bounce animation effect you will find an object fall onto the slide and then bounces several times. Okay, now entrance, it controls the way how an object enters the slides. For example, bounce animation effect you will find an object fall on the slides and then bounces several times. Here there are many effects which are already present here. You can see here this is appear, fade, fly in, float, split, wipe. There are many types of the effects you can use, right? Now next thing is emphasis. Usually these animations occur when the object is on the slide. It means when the slide is on the screen, right? Object is on the slide often triggered by a mouse click. For example, you can set an object to glow, shrink when you click on the mouse. So these are the many types of the emphasis. This is pulse, color pulse, teeter, spin, glow, shrink, desaturation. There are many types of the emphasis you can choose. Now exit. Next thing is exit. This animation category controls the way how an object exits the slides. For example, with the wipe animation the object will simply wipe out. But here there are many types of the effects you can see here: disappear, fade, fly out, float out, split, wipe, shape, wheel, and random bars, shrink, zoom, swivel, bounce. There are many types of the effects which can be used for the exit of the slide. After that, next is motion path. This animation effect ensures a predetermined path through which an object moves within the slide. It means you can also select the motion path or create the motion path of the slide, right? And there are many types of the paths already clear, and you can define it by yourself. Now these are the four things where you can apply the effects. What are these four things? Entrance, emphasis, exit, and motion path, right? Now next thing is to apply an animation to an object. It means on the slide there are many objects, and how can we apply animation on these objects. So let us see. Select the object you want to animate. It means first of all we will select the object of the slide. On the animation tab, click on the more drop down, right, in the animation group, right. This is animation tab, right. Now click here to see more animation. When you click here, this will be opened and all the options will appear here. Now second option. Now third point is, from the drop down menu of the animation effect, select the desired effect. Here many effects will appear when this will be expanded. When you will click here, the effect will apply to the object which will have a small number next to it to show that it has an animation along with the order of the animation. It means when an animation effect is added to some object, a number is appeared, a number is shown, which shows that some kind of the effect is applied on that object. Clear? Here it has been seen that number of indicates the order in which the animation will occur. Here all when we select the slide, here all the effect will appear and position number order in which these effect will appear on the slide. Now next thing, effect option. The effect option allows you to customize further the animation. For example, with the fly in effect, you can control the direction in which the object comes from. The control can accessed from the effect option button in the animation. It means using effect we can control many things. Suppose the direction, etc. You can see here effect option of a selected animation. Here we can change the direction and many things are there, right. So here the effects option allows you to customize further the animation. For example, with the fly in effect, you can control the direction in which the object comes from, right. So this is the more effects which you can use. Now next thing, to remove an animation. It means if we do not want any animation, we will have to remove it. Then how can we do it? Let us see. To remove an animation effect on an object, we follow these steps. Click on the small number, it means which is being shown on the objects, which shows that the object has some kind of the animation located next to the animated object. Okay, press the delete key on the keyboard to remove the animation effect for the object. It means when you click on the number and you press the delete button on the keyboard, the animation is deleted. This is very simple. Clear? Suppose this is the object and this is the number. When you click it, it will be selected, and then you can delete the you can press the delete option from the keyboard, right. Now next thing, this is how the animation will be deleted. Now next thing, inserting sound clip. It means in the presentation we can also insert the sound clip. Let us see. You can add sound audio clips into the presentation. For example, it is possible to add background music to one slide, a sound effect to another, and even record your own narration or commentary for the slides. You can even edit the audio to customize it for your presentation. Of course, you require speakers to hear the sound. To insert audio from a file, these are the steps. So it means we can use the many sound clips as a background music, as a sound effect, or a commentary. We can also utilize our own sound, our own voice. We can record and use at the commentary for the slides. So let us see what steps we can take for inserting a sound clip. Open a presentation in which audio clip needs to be inserted. From the Insert tab, click on Audio drop-down arrow from the Media group and select Audio on my PC. Right? This is how. First of all, you will click on the Insert tab. Then here, from the Media group, here click on the audio drop down, and after that select the audio from my PC. Now this will make the insert audio dialog box appear. So here this is the insert audio dialog box. To appear, locate and select the desired audio file, then click on the insert. Here all the audio, the control will be passed to the audio sounds, and you can select and you can utilize these. Right? Now next thing, the audio file will be added to the slide. Now when you select it, after that you will have to click here the insert button. Right? When you will press the insert button, the audio clip will be selected or inserted. Now the audio file will be added to the slide. Now when you go for a slide presentation, the background audio also plays. Right? It means when you open the slide or run the slide presentation, the sound will be played. Now next thing, these are the already recorded sound. If you want to record our own sound, this is also possible in the PowerPoints. There might be times when you may want to record audio directly into the presentation. For examples, there might be a narration for your presentation. Before you go recording your audio, make sure you have a microphone that is compatible with your computer and speaker. Now follow these steps to insert your sound. It means to insert the sound, we should have a microphone and sound to hear it. Okay, after that we can record our sound to insert into the slide. So what are the steps? Open a presentation where you want a narration to be added. Second point, from the Insert tab, click the Audio drop down arrow from the Media group and select Record Audio. It means what will happen when we insert the tab from the Media group, we will click on the audio, and from the option we will click on the option Record Audio. Then here this will make the Record Audio dialog box to appear. Type the name for the audio recording if desired. Here this is the record sound dialog box appear, and here you can give a name to the sound which is being recorded. You can record narration in your own voice for presentation. Using this we can record Now next thing, how can we, this is the play button, this is stop button, and this is the record button. We will use these buttons to record the sound, right? Click on the record. When we will press on this button, recording will be started. To start the recording, when you are finished record, click on the stop. Okay, when our recording is completed, or speech completed, we will press here, right? Now if you want to hear it, we can press the play button and hear the recorded sound. When you are finished recording, click the stop button. Now next, to preview your recording, click on the play button. Now like we can when we will press on this play button, we can hear the recorded sound. When you are done, click on OK. The audio file will be inserted into the slide. Now after checking if we are satisfied, we can click on the OK, right? Click on the OK. This will become live, and we will click, then the audio file will be inserted into the slide. Now here we have inserted the audio clips. Now next thing is, we can also insert the video clips. Clear? And what are the steps? How can we do it? Let us see. Here, like audio clips, it is also possible to insert video clips into a PowerPoint presentation slide. Thus, when the slide is executed, the video plays in it, thereby making your presentation more engaging for your audience. It means it will make the presentation more attractive when video clip is played. So let us see what are the steps to insert the video clip. To insert video clip, follow these steps. First, from the insert tab, click on the video. Okay, for the audio we will click on the audio, and for the video we will click on the video drop down arrow of the media group and select video on my PC from the drop down list. Here you can see that this is the media group. When you will click on the tab, insert tab, many groups will appear, and here this is the media group, and from media group this is audio and this is video. You will click on the video. After that, the option here, video on my PC, you will click here. This will, and now next thing, this will make the insert video dialog box to appear. Locate and select the desired video file, then click insert button right here. After that, we can select the file. When the controls goes to the PC and to the videos, we can click on the videos, and after that we click on the insert button, and the video file will be inserted to the slide. Now the video will be added to the slide. Now next thing here, using action buttons. First of all, we should know what is action button. Action buttons are buttons on a slide that can be used to connect to a web page, file, email address, or another slide. It means what? The action buttons are those buttons which can connect to the another slide, web page, file, email address, right? Now next thing, action buttons are buttons that you can create on a slide through which you can connect to a web page, file, email address, or another slide. Now let us see. These buttons have built-in shapes that you can add to the slide. It means its shapes are fixed and which are already provided by the systems, when someone clicks or moves over the button, the selected action will occur. It means when someone clicks, it means while clicking or moving over the button, the action will appear. To insert an action button on a slide, we follow these steps. Click on the insert button, insert tab, and then click on the shapes button in illustration group. Right? Here this is the illustration group, and here we will click on the shapes button. Right? Now next thing, a drop down menu will appear with the action buttons. These are the action buttons which you can use, located at every button. Right? Action buttons. Select the desired shape for the action button and click and draw on the slide to insert a button on the slide. The action settings dialog box will appear. When you select here and put it on the, this will be inserted to the slide, and after that what will happen? The action setting will appear. Now here you can change the settings. Select mouse click tab if you want to the action button to perform when clicked, mouse over tab if you want to the action button to perform when you hover the mouse over it. It means what? You can select the options, whether the action of the action button start while clicking or when someone hover the mouse over it. In the action on click, select hyperlink to. When click the drop down arrow and the choose an option from the menu. For example, next slide will jump to the next slide on clicking. Right? Here you can see this is the action settings, and here hyperlink to next slide. It means it has the connection has been connected to the next slide, and after that play sounds. Here we can add many things. Right? We can change many settings. This action button is selected. We should click on OK button. It means the hyperlink to option allows you to create a link for an action button using the action settings dialog box. Okay, now next thing is printing the presentation. Let us see. Printing presentation involves getting a hard copy of the presentation printed on a paper that you can given as a handout to the audiences during the presentation. Right? It means we can print the slides. Now let us see. All the point presentations designed to be viewed on a computer or projectors. There may be times when you want to print them. PowerPoint includes several layers when printing a presentation. It means we have several layouts by which we can print the presentation in several ways. The ways are the format in which the slides can be printed are known as layouts. There are 4 layouts here. Full page slides. This layout prints a full page for each slide in presentation, and therefore it is useful for proof reading. Okay, it means full page slide is printed when you need to proof, you want to use it for the proofreading. Now next, notes. This layout prints each slide along with any speaker note for the slide. This is particularly helpful when viewing the presentation, right? It means this is the notes layout. Now next, in this speaker notes can be taken. Now here next layout is outline. This layout prints an overall outline of the slide, so which is helpful in seeing the organization of your slide, how slide, it means outline. This layout prints an overall outline of the slides, so which is helpful in seeing the organization of your slides, so before preparing to deliver the presentation. It means using outline is very useful when we want to know the organization of our slide before the delivery of the presentation. Now next thing is handouts. This layout prints the thumbnail version of each slide which with optional space for notes. It means when layouts is printed, some space is left for writing the notes, which is useful when you want to give your audience a physical copy of the presentation and want the optional space for use, optional space to be used by them to take notes on each slide. It means you can give the printed paper to another one, and here's some place are there where you can write the entries and your views according about the presentation, right? So these are the layouts in which the slides can be printed. Now let us see what are the steps. To print a presentation, the following steps are involved. Select the file tab, which in turn will make the backstage view appear. Now click on the print option from the command panel on the left hand side. First of all, you will have to understand backstage view. Let us see here. Backstage view gives you various options for saving, opening and printing and sharing your presentation, right? This is the backstage view. Now next thing, this in turn will make the print pane appear. Now you can see this is the print pane, and here many options are there. You can change the settings. Now one thing, this in turn will make the print pane appear. Choose the desired printer, print layout. Here there are many settings. You can change the settings, right? Here you can print here number of the copies. After that, here printer can be selected. After that, you can select the slides, right? If you want to print all the slides, you can click here. After that slide, you can write the names of the slide. Full play page. There are many options you can use for printing the slide, right? Now next thing, one thing is the gray scale option on the print panel allows you to get the hard copy of the slide in different shades of gray. Okay. Here, this option is here, gray scale. It means when we will select this option, the print layout will be there in different types of the gray layout, right? So this is all about we can print, how we can print the slide. So now your chapter is complete.